Hello and welcome to Matt's Mosh Pit, and Happy New Year! It's officially 2025, and I am so excited to tell you about the things that are going to go on with this channel in the future. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you so much for an amazing 2024. I really owe it all to you guys, because you guys, with the comments, you guys just help me you give me this confidence to just keep going on and on and on. And through that confidence, I was able to learn so many amazing new bands. I was able to go to so many amazing concerts and have all kinds of great experiences, band interviews, just all traveling, all that good stuff. And I couldn't have done it without your support. So thank you so much for that. And now it's time to get into 2025. In 2025, you can definitely count on the reactions that I've done since day one of this channel. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love the fact that there's so many new bands out there that I've never heard of, or just new music in general from legacy artists. I love experiencing new music for the first time. So that is not going to change whatsoever. I will say that I'm going to try to focus a little bit more on the newer stuff, whether it be newer bands or new music from legacy artists. And I will say this, my attempt is to do that, but in the copyright world, it's very difficult to find out what you're going to be able to do and what you're not going to be able to do. And this might shed some light for folks who are not familiar with the whole reaction thing and how it works. There's so many times where a video will come out and I'll mark it for, I want to do a reaction to it. And I watch it, I do a reaction to it, and as soon as I go to upload it, it completely gets copyright striked. Or it's not really a strike as they call it, but the copyright kicks in, and in some cases it's blocked in all territories, in some cases it's blocked in some territories, and some case, so it's not just a matter of monetization. I'll be honest with you, reactions is, I guess doing reactions, you're not really doing it for the money, because the reality is just about, I'd say 98% of all of the reactions I've done have been, copywritten. So whatever money gets made from ads on this channel goes right to the artist, which, quite frankly, it is what it is. And I completely understand. For those worried about me, I do have a day job. So I didn't start this to create this money making, obviously anything would be great, but this isn't something that I'm doing as a full-time job. So that's why when it comes to these reactions, I don't really mind it too much. And I understand that there's copyrights and, hopefully the money does actually go to the artist. It's really cool. Sometimes the artists share in the copyright. So a little bit would come my way. So, that's always super cool. And it's awesome that artists do this, but I will say this once again, it's not the reason why I'm actually doing this channel. I really do love just learning new music. And so yes, it's definitely not for the money. And so the problem is when you do a lot of newer stuff, I've noticed that if a band that I love puts out a brand new song and then I do the reaction for it and then I go to post it, sometimes it gets completely blocked and made available, weeks later. So I'm not really sure the rhyme or reason for it, other than the fact that I think the band wants to control, or the label wants to control, who sees it and what and all that. And I know that there's bigger channels, way bigger than me, that get the videos ahead of time and they've worked out deals to where they can react to them. I am not that big. If you guys look at my subscribers, you'll realize that I'm thankful for all my subscribers, but I'm not in the territory where they're saying, here, react to my video and you can, get away with it, for lack of better terms. One of these days, that would be super cool. But my focus, I really do want to try doing as much new content as I can. And so I hope that will help out. I'm hoping, as long as the copyright stuff doesn't, get me, I'll try to do as much new content as I can. I know for some people it might be weird to, if you're following my channel and you go, oh, here's a new song from, said band. And then the next day you get one where I did a reaction to a song that's 20 years old or something along those lines. So I don't know if that's off-putting for you guys or not, but I do really want to focus on a lot of the newer stuff that's coming out, as well as I still do need to go back and check out some legacy artists and whatnot. But I guess I'd say the overall focus is going to be on the newer stuff. And I would like to also highlight just new bands out there. And so that's something I think you'll see slightly different in the reaction space. But for the most part, not much is going to change from my reactions, I should say, other than just trying to focus on a little bit of the new stuff. One of the changes in 2025 is going to be how I handle concerts. I have just like last year, I have a ton of concerts that are already scheduled. I'm going to be seeing Apocalyptica, Spirit Box, In Flames, Lacuna Coil, Arch Enemy, and the list goes on. And as you guys know, if you've been a fan of this channel, I'm so excited. I'm going to Finland to the Tuska Fest in June. So the concerts are still going to be there. The only thing that's going to change is really how I do my concert vlogs. I'm thinking about changing it up and doing more of a concert review rather than concert vlogs. And the reason I'm doing that is, over the last couple weeks, I've really started to watch a lot of the debates about recording concerts. And, I've seen so many debates that different people have done. Should you record concerts? Should you not record concerts? How do the bands like it? All of that kind of stuff. And it really honestly started around September. I went to a concert, and I don't want to name the band or anything like that because that part is irrelevant, because I had seen it a couple times before. But I went to a show, and there was a person in the front row that had, I guess, been recording the whole show. And towards the end, the lead singer of the band stopped the show and actually was extremely friendly and talked to the person and said, look, you bought a ticket, you have the right to do whatever you want to do, blah, 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 blah. But just so you know, we don't like it when you record the whole show. And he said, could you please just, for at least one song, not record it. And once again, the lead singer was extremely friendly and couldn't have been any nicer about it. But it was something where, to be honest with you, I was kind of behind the scenes, still kind of recording because I was trying to make the vlog. And there's a part of me that wants to share my experience with you and show you everything, right? But there's another part that I really, really want to respect the artist. And I also didn't realize how annoying it is to the people around you when you're recording and whatnot. So I really kind of got to a point where I thought about it and I said, you know what? I don't think I should be doing this. I don't feel comfortable anymore necessarily recording the whole show. And then I do have to edit it, for copyright reasons, quite frankly. So when I put them out, and even then, quite frankly, they're still copywritten. So once again, it doesn't really help any. But I got to a point where I really just didn't feel, I don't know that I feel comfortable recording a whole show anymore, because I have so much respect for the artists and the music that they make and going to concerts, and it really just is a situation where, just out of respect to the artist, I don't feel comfortable recording the show. I do still want to show you what the merch looks like. I do want to show you maybe what the stage looked like, and maybe I'll record maybe 30 seconds or something along those lines, so you can get an idea of the stage setup and what it sounded like a little bit. But I'm definitely not going to be doing those vlogs that are 2 hours long because I've recorded the whole show, or, that kind of thing. Once again, it is just strictly out of respect to the artist. I've like I said, I've seen so many arguments, and I'm not going to fault you if, you go to shows and you record the whole thing. I have, once again, I've been there, and I totally understand. I totally understand wanting, hey, you paid for a ticket, you should be able to do what you want to do. So I don't really have much of a say in the matter for that. So I'm not, hey, if you do what you want to do. But for me personally, I feel like, after seeing some arguments, I think maybe the right thing is for me to not record the full shows. So when it comes to the concerts, I'm definitely going to be doing more concert reviews. So I'll tell you exactly, hey, here's, the songs they played that I really enjoyed. Did they do a good job? Did they do a bad job? Did something happen? What the merch looked like, all of that. So you're still going to get some input from me as far as the concerts go, but I'm just not going to do the full, recording stuff that I've done in the past. It's definitely something I would love to know your opinions on, because, and quite frankly, what do you guys do when you go to a show? Do you put your cell phones down, or do you record the whole show? Anyway, that will be the change for the concert aspect. In 2025, I also want to continue doing band interviews. It's something that I still to this day, I'm shocked that I've had the opportunities to, meet and have conversations with Lena from Infected Rain, Orbit Culture, Blaze Bailey, Stelvris. It just goes on, and it's just, for me, it's an honor to meet the folks that make such great music, and for me, it's almost like a dream come true. It just seems odd that I would be able to set up an interview with these people that I respect so much. And so I definitely want to continue interviewing, new bands, more bands, all of that good stuff. I will say it's a weird situation with interviews though, because you have to hope that they're willing to take a chance on a channel of this size. I've had a couple situations this past year where it's really cool that like a bigger band will actually respond to a reaction that I've done, or we've had dialogue outside of the channel to where they've said, yeah, cool, we'll do an interview. And then as you get closer, then unfortunately the publicist or the PR person comes back and sends you a letter saying, unfortunately, they're not going to be doing an interview at this time. So it's one of those situations where I totally get it. The bands are super cool, and, the intention is really, really good. But, at the end of the day, it is a business. And so I'm sure the publicist probably goes, oh, how many views, how many subscribers, and they probably have a window of what they're willing to do and what they aren't willing to do based on the time that the band has available. And so I totally get it, but it's not going to be for lack of trying. I'm going to continue to try to reach out to bands and line up interviews. I will say, one thing that you guys can do is really try to get the word out of this channel. I think obviously more subscribers, more views, all that kind of stuff definitely helps from a publicist perspective. Once again, I don't want to blame them. They're doing their job. I totally get it. If you have a small window and you have bigger, whether it's a bigger podcast or a bigger magazine, whatever it is, you have to look at the viewers. You have to look at that kind of stuff to see, hey, will this move the needle on my particular artist? So I completely get it. And my feelings aren't hurt when that kind of situation happens. It is, like I said, I feel it's just an honor that anybody has said yes and gone through with the interview. And that's why I will be eternally grateful for, like I said, I have a soft spot for Infected Rain because they were really one of the first that just said, yeah, let's do it. And, we scheduled it and everything was just so smooth. They could not have been nicer and just treated me with the utmost respect, and I'm a fanboy. I'm like, who am I? Like at that point, I didn't have many subscribers at all. And so, they took a chance, and there's bands like Orbit Culture, same situation. And I'm just so grateful and thankful for that. And I hope to do as many interviews as I can this year. And so I'm definitely going to keep trying. If folks in Finland, or if you're from the Tuska Fest or you have any pull, it would be super cool to get some kind of accreditation or press pass or something like that to be able to go interview some bands. But this is one of those a boy can dream situations. But anyway, once again, if you're wondering what you can do to help in this situation, just get the word out of the channel, tell your friends to subscribe and, watch the videos, all that good stuff, because that stuff will actually grow this to a point where publicists will go, hey, this is okay, let's do this. And that way we'll get interviews on this channel. It would be super, super cool. Finally, in 2025, I plan on having a lot more topical content. And not that I'm going to have like the latest metal news or anything like that. I do think there's other channels out there that's what they focus on, and they do it better than I would, I guess I should say. But I want to have more, there's more topics. And I'd say topics come up in my life. I'll give you an example. Just what I had mentioned before, the idea of putting your cell phone down at a show, or, should you have to do it, or should you be able to do whatever you want? Topics along those lines. I would like to have that kind of conversation on the channel. And I definitely want this channel to be as interactive as possible. And so I absolutely encourage you to, watch these videos and leave comments, because I really do want to know what you think about it. There's so many topics that come up in my world, and it involves music, and I'm very curious to see what you guys would think about it. So you know what? I'm just going to do it. So whenever these kind of topics come up, I'm going to do a video on it, and I definitely want to hear what you think about it. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. I do like I love debate. I love, people sharing their opinions on things, and my feelings aren't hurt. So if you completely disagree with my position on whatever topic, let me know. I want to hear it, because, I could be changed. I could be swayed. And that is what kind of made me want to do more topics like this, because I might have an opinion and you might have a better, let's say, retort or answer. And, I'm very open to learning new things. And so I want to have as much dialogue with you guys as I can possibly have with this medium. So I'm going to throw out a bunch of, topic videos this year, and, we'll see how it goes. But it's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I just haven't really gotten down to doing it. So 2025 is definitely going to be the year for more interaction between you guys and me. I am just super, super thrilled. And so, yeah, that that's the plan, folks, for 2025. If there's something that you think that I could be doing on this channel or you would like me to do on this channel, please, please, please let me know in the comments. This channel isn't just my channel. You know, I know it's got my name on it, but I like to think that this channel is our channel. And there's quite a few people, and you guys know who you are. There are people that I talk to, I feel like I talk to every single day. And then there's people that I talk to maybe once a month, but I still know you're out there. There's like a whole awesome community out there that has really just given me the confidence to continue doing this. And I'm eternally grateful. And I just want to grow this further and further. And it's really, like I said, it's our channel. So we can kind of do what we want to do. So please let me know if there's something that you want to see on this channel. Absolutely. You know, let me know in the comments. And hey, if we can do it, we can do it. We'll find out together, folks. Okay, folks. So as always, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. Comments, as I've mentioned before, just mean everything, and I'm really, really counting on you this year to be as interactive as possible. So please, please, please leave comments. As mentioned before, I'm not really doing this for, I'm not doing this for a living. This is just more me wanting to, learn new music and support artists and interview. It's a lot of fun and all that good stuff. I'm not going to lie. It does cost money to go to all the concerts and stuff like that. I'm not getting any of this for free. But it's something that I would have been doing normally, I should say. But if, you like my content and you just want to say, hey, thanks, here you go. No obligation whatsoever, but hit the little QRG code and buy me a drink if you feel inclined to do so. Once again, don't have to. It's really just, a cool little tip for lack of better terms. But anyway, like I said, the channel is not, I'm not assuming that this is going to be, the next Mr. Beast or anything like that. I'm not quitting my day job. This is really just, embracing the music in everything we can get out of it. And once again, it's our channel. We can, it's going to be really, really cool to see this grow further and further and further. And really the only plea for subscriptions and all of that kind of stuff is really predicated around the access, right? So the more subscriptions we get, the more we're not going to have to deal with the PR agents that say, no, you can't get this interview because you're too small. Also, when it comes down to, watching videos, a lot of times the bigger people will get the video to react to way ahead of time. And there's no, copyright issues to where it's blocked or anything like that because they have X amount of subscriptions. And so the labels help out in that kind of stuff. So the more subscriptions, the more access we get, for lack of better terms, in our channel. So really, all I can ask is that you please, share this channel if you've subscribed already. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button in the likes and comments and all that kind of stuff. With that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.